Hi there, Natalie with you today with a new process video for Pinkfresh Studio. And today we're going to mix the Happy Blooms collection with one of the dies. This is the mini tags, fillable tags. This is one of the latest die sets from Pinkfresh Studio, and I love the fact that I can create a banner layout with them. So you're gonna see that I'm just pulling out some papers. I have this idea that I want a light blue background, and I want to create my banner on a vertical line. So I'm gonna use the 11-inch length of the paper instead of the 8.5. I wanted to have a vertical line of banners. So I've already printed the pictures outside of the camera. I print them to around 2.25-inch squares in a film strip form, because I think it's gonna marry the vertical design of the banners nicely. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and cut my little tags. Again, this is the mini tag fillable words die set, and I'm gonna use 6x6 paper pads. This is from the little paper pad to cut my tags. I want the smaller design for my tags. I think that having that smaller design makes the paper more saturated, so it's better to make the words that you can cut in the tag more visible. So I'm just gonna pick some of the papers that bring all the colors that are in the collection into my banners. So I'm gonna pick some of the yellow, some of the pink, some of the coral, some of the blue, and some of the green. I'm gonna make sure that I cut the two styles of tags out of each one of the papers, and one of them is gonna get the words. I'm gonna cut all the words. I'm not gonna use all the tags either, but I cut around, I think, 10 tags, and I use around 7 or 8 in this design. So very simple. I'm gonna cut the two designs. Like I said, one is gonna have the words, one is gonna be plain, because my idea is to kind of attach them together on my banner. So I'm just gonna continue working. So I'm gonna take it off camera and just cut everything and come back when everything is ready. And it took no time. Like, it's super simple, clean design. This one is perfect for all types of paper crafting, scrapbooking, card making, or anything that you do. The tags are the beautiful size. So you're gonna see, now that I have all my tags ready, I'm gonna use them to kind of cement the idea that I have in mind. And like I said before, I've been having this idea of creating a banner style, like on a vertical line, for a while. So I'm just gonna use the tags and line them up on my paper, just so that I know exactly where everything is gonna sit. You know, sometimes you have ideas, and once you visualize them, but once you put them on paper, sometimes it changes. So I just want to make sure that what I have in mind actually coincides with what it's gonna look like. So I'm just setting my tags in place, and like I said, they're gonna go from in a vertical line on the left hand side of my page, and my photo is gonna go pretty much parallel on the right hand side of the 8.5 by 11. This is just plain white cardstock. It's actually 80-pound cardstock, so a little bit heavier than just regular cardstock. I just want something, I don't want a lot of bulk, but I do want something a little bit sturdy. So now that I have, like, you know, I'm happy with what it's gonna look like, I'm actually gonna use a ruler to create the little points or create the little holes where I'm gonna run my little twine from. So I think this one is 3/4 inch from the top and the bottom edge, around 1.25 inch from the left hand side of the page. So I've created my 2 dots where I'm gonna punch my holes. I'm using my crocodile, but you can use a hole puncher if you don't have a crocodile. I'm using my crocodile because I'm actually gonna use it to set eyelets in those perforations. So now, before I do that, I need to make sure that the background paper, the one that is going to where I'm gonna put my white cardstock, it's one that is gonna bring everything together. And I wanted something blue because the photos that I created are from the day that we brought our baby home. Our baby's our dog, so I wanted something blue. So I've set with the memories paper, that's the light blue with the daisies. I think it's very neutral, very simple but delicate. So I'm gonna pick up on the yellow centers of the daisies to bring the colors of the eyelets. So all I'm gonna do is bring some eyelets, use my crocodile. You can also use an eyelet setter, whatever you have at hand. You can also, even if you don't have that, use just a hole reinforcer. You just want to give it a little emphasis to the fact that you have the holes in your paper. So now all I'm doing is just running some white twine through it. I was thinking about gray, but I decided on white just so it doesn't take away from everything that I'm gonna put in it. So I'm just gonna run it through the holes, making sure that the starts at the back of the page, and I'm gonna hold it with some washi tape, and I'm gonna run it through the top the top eyelet, and I'm just gonna leave it loose at the bottom. And here's where we're gonna get fun, and I'm gonna speed it up quite a bit because I'm gonna go ahead and start setting everything in place. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna complete my tags, and what I mean by that is when you die cut the tags, they come with a little perforation which helps you to create or reinforce the little folded part of the tag where the hole is at, so you can run through it. So I'm just gonna add some glue, fold it, and put it together with a paper clip so that it sticks together and it completely glues. Once I have them, I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna make sure that I create a pair of tags, one with the word and one without it. So I'm gonna run them or thread them together through the twine. And you're gonna see right now, I'm just gonna start putting everything what I think is gonna go to. It's gonna be a heavy banner, so I'm just pulling pieces from the tags that I cut, pieces of ephemera. I want the word life on this day. There's little flag banners also in the ephemera. I'm gonna use all of those. I thought about adding a tag, but it was too big. I want something like, smaller. I don't want anything like ephemera with houses. I just want words, things like banners or flags for this banner. So along the way, I wanted to add something that also broke the monotony of having the rectangular banners. So I went into the sticker sheet, and I'm gonna cut 2 of the circles. There's one that says, I think there's one with a butterfly, so I'm gonna use that, and then this one that says Home Sweet Life, I think it says, I can't read it right now, but I'm gonna cut those. What I did is I cut it with the backing of the sticker, so that when I put it on my layout, I can be able to move it. If I take out the sticker, it's gonna stick to the paper. It's gonna make it very hard for me to move it. So here that I have everything set up, I'm gonna start working on just building it now. So again, I'm gonna speed up the process because it's gonna take a little while. So again, I'm gonna thread my tags, the ones that I created, that I die cutted, in pairs. So one with the word and one without it. I'm gonna make sure that the one with the word is on the top, and I'm gonna thread them at the same time through the twine. You're gonna see that I'm gonna add a little bit of foam adhesive at the edges, like on the right edges of the tags, just to give it that lift. And then, for example, for the word life, I actually use my hole puncher. This is the 1/18 hole puncher, so it's a small hole, just to create that little hole in the little loop of the L at the bottom loop, so I'm able to thread it. I'm using the little flag banners that came in the ephemera pack. For that little blue one, I actually used my scoring board, folded the edge, and kind of glue it around the twine. And then you're gonna use my hole puncher just to create holes in the rest of the ephemera pieces, just to make sure that I can thread them to the twine. And along the way, I'm actually gonna add some foam adhesive. Now, one of the things you have to keep in mind is not all foam adhesive is the same. There's different widths. So I'm going to use different widths of the foam adhesive so that I can create that movement in the different tags and banners and flags that I have there. So once again, you're going to see that, for example, the little daisy one, I'm going to add very thin foam adhesive, but I'm going to use a thicker one on the one that says smile. That's just going to give it that lift. Here's where I'm fussy cutting that little label from the sticker sheet. Like I said, I am not taking out the backing of it. I'll do it after other side of the camera, just because I want to make sure that until I'm not completely 100% how it's gonna sit, I don't want to peel it off, because once you peel it and stick it to the paper, it becomes permanent. So keeping the backing of it is gonna help me be able to move it. Now for that, I created 2 little holes right on the flowers and threaded the twine right through it. And then I'm just gonna continue working. Whenever I have a flag or a little banner, I'm gonna thread them in twos, in pairs, just so it helps me with that movement. Now, because I have that circle there, you're gonna see that I'm also gonna bring another circle from the sticker sheet again. I'm gonna bring that little butterfly. And one of the things that I went into the journaling bits, that's the one that comes with the little envelopes, kind of a stationery set, and it also comes with these large flags. And one of them says, remember this day, and I thought it was perfect for what I created. So again, like I said, I'm gonna take it to my scoring board. I'm just gonna score along the, what will be the length of the flag, fold it, and then I'm gonna glue it to my twine. And again, I'm adding foam adhesive behind it just to help me with the movement. And here you're gonna see in that little space, I'm gonna add another circle just to help me, like I said, break the monotony or the repetition of the flag banners. Repetition is good, but when you have so many, it becomes heavy and you lose a lot of the details. So by giving those circular details, the different size in the flag banners, it just breaks it. It makes it attractive and not just repetitive. So just keep that in mind. So that's pretty much all I did for that. Now here's where I'm done with my entire banner. So once I'm happy with it, I'm actually gonna go ahead and take my little twine, run it through the eyelet, and pull it to the back of my layout. Remember, that's where I have the beginning, the other end of the string in this case. And then I'm gonna not even tie them together. I think I just cross them, and then I'm gonna hold them together with a piece of washi tape. I just want to hold it with washi tape. I think outside of the camera I did add a little bit of glue. You're gonna see in a little bit what I'm gonna do, but any excess, I actually left an excess. I'm gonna actually cut it, and I'm gonna bring that piece of twine, and I'm gonna tie a bow right at the top of my little eyelet. Now here's something that you have to keep in mind, is that when you add in, like in this case, the twine, it's gonna add dimension. Even the eyelet is gonna add dimension to the back of your page, to offset that and not to have like something that is kind of concaves or that it dips on your page. I am adding a piece of chipboard, and this is not even thick. The thick one is the one that comes in your packaging sometime, and all it's gonna do is make the page even. So it's gonna make it level, so when I glue it onto my background, I don't have a page that dips. Instead, I have something that's completely flat, and it doesn't add bulk. It will add a little bit of dimension, but it's perfect for, like, you know, keeping your layout level. So again, like I said, I tied the bow at the top of my banner, and then I'm just gonna keep it in place with a little bit of glue. And I don't know if you saw it, before I started threading the pieces, I added a little bit of glue to the end of the string. That just makes it, like, you know, not fray when you're pulling stuff through it. So those little things that just makes it easier to play with the tags in this case. And just because, like I said before, I want to break the monotony of what it looks like, I'm going to bring some of the puffy stickers, the little flowers that come in the puffy stickers. I'm going to like glue them in between the banners that only have, don't have any words or anything. So just small details. I don't want big ones. I just want small ones that are going to break the little, you know, repetition. Once I've attached everything, I'm actually gonna use my glue stick to attach my paper, or my cardstock in this case, onto the memories paper. Simple as that. Pretty much my layout is built right now. So now it's gonna come about dealing with the pictures. Like I said, I printed my photos 2 1/4 squares, so I print them in a film strip, so I have that vertical design that is gonna match the banner. I back them with a piece of paper, I think it's cottage, the light pink, and then I'm gonna use the leftover piece from the tag die cut just to bring some of the colors that I have on the other side, make it stand out a little bit more. I am adding a little bit of foam adhesive behind the photo just because I want to make sure that it pops from the page. And then like I said, I'm gonna attach it pretty much mirror position to where the banner is at. Now I went into more of the looking for designs that had that scripty look, the same as the word life. Again, I want to repeat that. So I found in the puffy stickers one that said best day, and I know that I'm going to put it right where the picture of our dog is at. And then I'm just going to bring some more pieces of ephemera behind it. So I pulled this little stamp, is actually from the sticker sheet, and I'm going to bring more of the puffy flowers just because I have them already in the banner, called repetition. And then I'm adding the memories, and my favorite, my memories, is a little ticket from the sticker sheet. And I think I added also one of the little circles from the sticker sheet just to repeat that look that I have already in the banner. And I think that's all I added. Then I'm going to work on the title. And for that, I'm going to spell the name of our dog. Our dog's name is Poochie. That's what my daughter called him when he came home. So I'm going to use the alpha stickers, the green alpha stickers, to spell the name right underneath the photo strip. And then I'm going to use the mini alpha to actually put the date. And we brought him home October 23rd, 2010. He was only 8 weeks old at that time. He's been with us for 11 years now. So I'm just going to take my time and place the date right underneath it. And then what I'm gonna add, just because I needed to repeat, you know, the scripty word, the font that I have already in the banner and also in the photo, I found the word sweet in the puffy stickers, so I'm gonna add it right above the word Poochie. After that, I'm just gonna bring some enamel dots just to make, like, you know, add little pops of color to each of the clusters. You're gonna see that I'm gonna add some at the top of the photos. I'm gonna add some to the little cluster next to the photo, some to the title. I added one of the leftover tags to the top left corner of the pictures. And then I'm gonna add enamel dots throughout the banner, just at the edges, especially on the left, just because I have that white space. So I'm gonna bring some pops there. And one of the things is I need something to connect all this together. So one thing that doesn't repeat here is the butterfly. So I'm gonna go ahead and fussy cut 2 of the butterflies from the 6x6 paper pad, because I don't want something big, I want something small. I'm gonna fussy cut them. One of them is gonna go on the top of the top left corner of the pictures, and the other one is gonna go on the top left corner of the bow. So that's gonna create my triangle with the butterfly that's in the banner. So once I have that, I'm just gonna add a little piece of foam adhesive behind it. It's just a small detail. I don't, like I said, I don't want something big. I just want something small that's just gonna marry the entire page together. I added a few lines of journal, just 2 lines right underneath my title that just says, you know, the day we brought Poochie and how happy Josh and Gabby were to see the dog, because they didn't know. It was a surprise for them. Like, you know, we had planned it and they were surprised. They cried, I think, for like hours because they were so happy. They had asked for a dog for years, and we just, you know, we thought they were older at that time to give him one. And that's about it. I love how this turned out. It was super fun to put together, and I hope you try it. As always, if you have any questions, do not hesitate to contact me. Remember that you can find a list of all the material that I have used in the description of this video, and you can find the tags and the collection in the shop. As always, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. There's always tons of content being added, and thank you so much for joining me. I hope to see you soon. Take care, guys. Bye bye.